Okay, girly girl, so you've gone ahead and you've clicked on this video. Now it's very important that I let you understand that if you have not been praying sincerely to God, if it is that you have not been asking God to transform your life, if it is that you have not been unhappy with the way you have been living in your 30s, your 20s, your 40s, your 50s, however old you may be, then I hate to break it to you, but this video is not for you. This video is for my girlies who have been praying to God to change their lives. I've been saying to God, what is going on with me? I am so unhappy. I'm not progressing. I'm not living my best life. And I need a transformation. I need a level up. I need to figure out why is it that I'm not getting married. I can't stay in a relationship. I hate being single. God is saying this video is only for those girlies. So if it is that you have clicked on this video, girly girl, and you know that you're not ready to level up your life sincerely, if you know that you are not ready to take on the responsibilities of becoming that woman that you have been praying to become, then I hate to break it to you, but this video is not for you. So now that we have passed the hurdle of that, I kid you not when I say I have been burdened by the message that God has given me for the women out there. On the 11th day of October 2024, and I want you to receive this with open heart so that you can start the groundwork in actually answering your prayer, in you leveling up your life. Now this is the length of the message, you guys. It is so long. As you see, all of this was what God said to me. And so I'm going to be reading to you guys exactly what the Lord has poured into my spirit in regards to us women out there. I woke up with a burden on October 11, 2024 at 10:20 a.m. It is time for the assignment. Help women find back themselves. Many women are out there lost, confused, and living in defeat. Women who were once close to me and confident in the plans that I have for their lives have become distant. They have been made to believe that their dreams that they once hold will never happen because of age, marital status, and financial capabilities. And I want them to know that I still want all good things that I promised them. More so, I want the relationship I once had with them back. Women these days don't love themselves as much as they should. Their confidence is less than a minute percent because they believe that the man is their sustainer and not me. I want you to tell your story and teach women how to fall in love with themselves again and connect with me. Teach them that I am the way, the truth, and the light. I will guide them to the life that I have in store for them. The reason why these men have become like that of a sponge is because the desperation of women for companionship has caused them to accept anything less than their worth, and so these men can't operate in their masculine energy. Women need to level up, and the only way they can do this is by learning how to love themselves outside of a man. Octavia, I want you to love yourself and display this to the world. It is your life mission and purpose to help these women by being an inspiration, life coach, and mentor to these women. I love the name I Am My Man. It's not that you're eliminating men, but when you first set the expectation you desire in a man for yourself, it forces these men who have become babies to get back to their original hunting game. Too many women have suffered and are still suffering by the hands of these men, and sadly these women are blaming God for this mess, and it's time to fix it. This, you guys, is the message that God poured into my spirit 2 days ago, where he's saying to me, women have lost themselves in men. We no longer believe that we are capable to live life without having a life partner, and because of that we don't believe in ourselves anymore. We have lost hope in our dreams. We feel as though if we don't get married and if we don't have children, that we can't do anything else in this world. And God is saying no. Many of us, God said, he's going to our beds crying at night, and we are all swallowed up in ourselves, saying, God, you have forgotten about me. I can't live life anymore because I'm now 35, I'm now 40, and I don't have any children. I'm not married. And you have been saying to God, you know what? It's obvious that you have given up on me, so I'm now going to give up on myself. And God is saying to you today, this is not so, baby girl. I still have every single plan that I once had for you in store. I have not forgotten about them. It is you who have shifted your focus from believing in me to now believing that your identity lies within a man. Your identity lies within the fact that you want to become a mother, and you no longer want to focus on the plans that I have for you, because society and the people around you tells you that your identity lies in the fact of whether you are married or you are a mom. And God is saying no. Not everybody is called to be a mother. Not everybody is called to be a wife. For me, I am divorced, you guys. I got divorced one day after my birthday. Did I ever think I would get divorced? No. I am now a single mother. Did I ever think I would become a single mother of 2 children? No. But at the end of the day, God is saying to me the only way that He could use me effectively is if He knew I had no distractions. And most of that distraction lied within that partner. I lost myself in that partner. I forgot about the version of myself that wanted to travel, the version of myself that wanted to become an entrepreneur, the version of myself that wanted to do things that the ordinary people would not want to do. I gave up all of those things because I felt as though becoming a wife and becoming a mother was my now new goal. And God is saying, no, I have something greater for you. I did not know that eventually God would have been using me as a mentor and a life coach to pour into other women who have lost their identity in men. And God is saying enough is enough, because I'm tired of seeing women crying. I'm tired of seeing women blaming me, God, for the things that they say I am not doing in their lives, when in truth and in fact it was either 1, not His plan for your life, or 2, is not the ordained time for it to be fulfilled in your life just yet. So if it is that you have been out there and you have been saying to God, God, what is going on with my life? Why is it that I can't prosper? I am trying so hard to become my best self. I'm trying so hard to level up. I'm trying so hard to do everything to attract my husband, but nobody's coming. And God is saying, girl, relax. Girl, chill. It is not your time just yet. Or even if it is your time, are you ready? Is your body ready? Are you mentally prepared to take on the responsibility of being a wife? Are you mentally prepared in taking on the responsibility of being somebody's mom? Are you ready? Do you feel as though you are ready? You are praying and you're asking for all these things. Are you fully leveled up internally to take on these responsibilities that you are so asking God for every single day? I want you to do that rain check on yourself, baby girl, and step back for a minute and say, God, let me do a soul searching session. Am I really ready? Have I taken that time to travel? Have I taken that time to seek you? Have I taken that time to go after all my dreams? Have I taken that time to ensure that the man that I so desire is the one that you have in store for me? Have I taken that time to ensure that I love myself first before I jump into a relationship? And that is where God is saying you need to just calm down, step back, zone into yourself a little bit more, focus on the plans that I have for you, and I will lead you into the right way. Too many of us women, you guys, and I fell in the same trap, where we feel as though the only way we have meaning to life is if we have a man by our sides or if we have children tagging along behind us. No, girl. This is a distraction from the enemy to take away the desires that we truly have in our hearts and to push us away from the plans that God truly wants for us. God wants us women to fall back in love with ourselves again. He wants us to feel confident being who we are and not place all of our hopes and our dreams and our identity and our focus in just being with a man. It cannot be that the only thing that we want to achieve in life is just to become somebody's wife and to become somebody's mother. God has a greater plan for you, and He wants you to understand that He is now ready to take you to that next level, but you also have to be willing to follow His way and not your way. God wants us to level up our lives so much individually. He wants us to fall back in love with ourselves so much. He wants us to pour in ourselves so much. He wants us to take that time to build back our self-confidence, our self-trust, boundaries, our standards, all these things that we have lost over the years. God wants us to take that time to rebuild these things so that when these men come along and try to pursue us, we give them such a hard time that they know from the very beginning that this is not a woman that they want to perform any form of foolishness with. And that is where most of us have fallen down. We have become so desperate, we have become so in need of a man that the little fly that passed by, we jump on it and we're like, oh yes, this is the man that God had in store for me, and we take him all up, see all the red flags, ignore all the red flags, and then 5 years down the line we're saying, oh my God, this man broke my heart. He left me with 2 children, 3 children, 5 children. I'm now a single mother. I can't provide for myself. Or most of us get stuck into marriages where we are the man, the woman, the breadwinner, the caretaker, and everything in between, simply because we did not allow ourselves to wait. We became so desperate and so in need of affection and companionship, and we got so afraid of spending time with ourselves that we jumped after the least little thing. And here we are in this position where we're like, God, what has happened to my life? What is going on? Will I die and not live my purpose? Will I die and not live my dream? Will I die and not feel as though I was fulfilled here on earth? And God is saying to you, baby girl, no. It is time that I answer your prayer. Here is your prayer that I'm answering in this young lady right here that is talking to you through the screen. And it is your sign now where you're going to get up and say, you know what? I am going to level up my life. Forget about the man, forget about the baby, forget about everything in between. And I am going to focus on myself. I am going to become the best version of myself till even me don't recognize my own self. That's to the level where God wants us to go. He wants us to get back to that place where we know our value, where we know our worth, where we know what we desire and what we deserve. And until we reach that space, then we will always find ourselves in positions where men will come in and do what they feel like doing, girly girl, and not ensuring that they level up to the way that God created them to level up, simply because us women have lost that spark in believing that we deserve the utter best. And because of that, God has called me to a lifestyle content where He wants me, as you guys heard in the message that I read earlier on, God wants me to show you guys what it means to love yourself and what it means to pour into yourself, what it means to become that best version of yourself by doing lifestyle content. I knew from day one that I needed to level up my life. All the red flags in my relationship started to come up. I was with my ex-husband for 10 years, you guys. We have 2 children together. And I must say also that this ex-husband of mine was also my best friend before we even got married. And yet I had to be that one to put that stop on it. And I was like, God, no, I am tired. I am tired. I am going to lose my mind if I spend another day in this relationship. And I prayed, and I kid you guys not, when God said it's time to go. And the minute when God said it was time to go, I left. Too many of us are holding on to men that God already told us that it's time for us to leave. We are still holding on, hoping that God will accept this man. We're still holding on, hoping that God will say, okay, go ahead and marry him. Go ahead and have 2 children with him. When God already told you that, girl, it's not him. God already told you that, baby girl, it's not that man, but yet you're still praying every single day. God, he's a good guy. He's helping me. At least he's not cheating. At least he's helping me to pay the rent. At least he's this. At least God is saying no. The at least is not good enough. The at least is not good enough, and that's where you are suffering. Let it go. Walk away. I will provide for you. Guys, I kid you not when I say, when I walked away from my relationship in last year, November, I did not have a penny in my name. I did not have not even enough sense in my purse to buy a sweet. And I told myself that I did not care about that. The only thing that I wanted to know was that I called it quits. I wanted out. I was done, because I knew if I stayed any longer, I was going to lose my mind, and eventually I am sure I would have lost my life, because I had literally given up on life. I was so out of it. I was so drained. I was so miserable. I was so annoyed by the fact that my entire life was being wasted away, being tied to a man that I knew God did not ordain for me from day one. So I say all this to say that we have to become knowledgeable and accountable for the things that we need to change in our lives. God can bring this message to you, but you have to do your part, girly girl. You have to get serious and understand that it is your responsibility to go ahead and make the necessary changes. God will push you that further and no more. It is up to you to make those changes that you know you need to make, so that you can start to live the life you desire. I know that I had to make the call to walk away, because that person would have never made that call. And even though they knew I was being drained mentally, physically, emotionally, it was not enough for them to say, you know what, I need to walk away from this woman because I'm pulling her back. They will watch you go down. These men will watch you go down. They will watch you become nothing. They will watch your dreams, your aspirations, your whatever it may be, go right down the drain, and they will do nothing about it, because it is your responsibility as a woman to get up and know your worth and go after the things that you so desire. God wants us to find back that space where we believe in Him, baby girl. He wants us to find back that space where we fall in love with Him and we trust Him with everything that we trust these men with. We know that God is the author and the finisher of our faith, so we have to get into that space where we get connected to God, we fall in love with God, and we allow Him to take us to that level that we so desire. I can't sit here and behave as if I'm Miss Perfect, because I am far from it, you guys. I am nowhere near perfect, but one thing I know for sure is that God is doing the work in me, and it is showing on my face. I looked nothing like this 6 months ago. I looked nothing like this a year ago. I looked nothing like this even 3 months ago. But because God is doing the work in me, and I am also being accountable in ensuring that I do my part, then this is the result that you're seeing of a newly divorced single mom who has been through hell in the last 10 years. And I kid you not when I say, baby girl, you can look like this too. I did this all by myself in my bathroom, put myself together, because this is the vision of myself that I have always seen. This is what I envision myself as 31 years old looking like. Not like somebody who is all beaten up and buttoned up and living in complete shambles. No, that was not the version of myself that I wanted to see. And so living my first year in my 30s like I was a mad woman, not knowing what I was about, not knowing what I wanted anymore, completely confused as to how I wanted my life to go, I was like, hell no. 31 years old is not going to catch me looking the same way, behaving the same way, and in the same position. And I trusted God, made that decision to walk away and put myself first, and trust that God would lead me in the right way. And this is the result that you're seeing. Just September, I turned 31 years old, and one day after my birthday, you guys, which was a sincere prayer for me, my divorce was official. And it felt so renewing. It felt so refreshing knowing that I got this fresh start to my life. Being a single mom is not easy. I know it is not easy in any way, shape, or form. But if you want to level up your life, you have to understand that it's going to take some serious sacrifices. It's going to take you wanting to do that work, and understand that, baby girl, sometimes you're going to have to stay up late. Sometimes you're going to have to do whatever it takes to ensure that you look your best, you feel your best, and you're chasing after those dreams that you so desire. So with all that being said, I want you to understand right now that God has answered your prayer. He has given me to you as that big sister, as that little sister, as that middle-aged sister, whatever, however old I may be to you. God has given me to you as that life coach, that mentor, that influencer, that whoever you may call me to be, so that you can use my lifestyle and how I am reinventing myself in this new season of my life, so that it can inspire you to go ahead and do the things that you know you also want to do in your life, in leveling up and finding back yourself again, not because of a man, but because you so desire, because you know that you truly want to live out your best, because you know that you truly want to feel your best, and not because you're trying to attract anybody or you're trying to please anybody. You are doing this for you. You are doing this because it has always been your dream to ensure that your life is one that is beautiful and fulfilled and soft and filled with love and peace and tranquility. And God is saying to you, my love, that this is the time that He wants to pour into you. This is the time that He wants you to become your best self. It is a time that God wants to see women evolve. It is a time that God wants to see women transformed and become like the women who were in the Bible that were praised by men, who were worshipped by men. That's how God wants us to see ourselves, and that's how God expects men to see us as well. Not as some little easy girl that they can come and do and say one thing with and do some little easy thing with, and the next thing they know we're in bed with them. Like, girl, no. He wants us to be renewed in our mind, in our body, and in our spirit, and it is the time to do this right now. So with that being said, baby girl, from now on, I'm going to be sharing my personal lifestyle journey as to how I am loving myself in this new season of my life. And I know I did not start out the video telling you guys my name. So my name is Octavia. I live in New York City. I am a mom of 2 children. My son is 9. My baby girl is 2. And I am recently divorced, and I am 31 years old. And also, I am a native Jamaican, so you know how it goes already. A little vibes around here every now and again. So that is basically what I want to share with you. If it is that you are led to follow my platform, then go ahead and do so. I will highly suggest that if it is that you're not serious in becoming that new version of yourself, if it is that you are not serious in leveling up your life, if it is that you are not serious in stepping into the unknown, if it is that you are not serious in transforming your life and being acknowledgeable that the fact that it will be uncomfortable, then I hate to break it to you, baby girl, but this platform is not for you. I don't want any handlers on my platform. I don't want anybody who is just coming to be a spectator on my platform, because I want it to be a safe space where women can feel comfortable enough to share their vulnerabilities and be confident in the fact that they can use their experience and my experience as well to change and transform their lives, with, of course, God at the center of it all. So with all that being said, this is where I will leave you in this video. Going forward, the rest of my videos will look a lot more different. They will be more in like vlog style. I love to do my 5 a.m. videos because this is a major part of me reinventing myself. This is a major part of me pouring into myself. So you guys will see a lot of 5 a.m. videos that I will be doing, which is a major part of the series that I will now be starting called I Am My Man. And the reason, as I said, why this is called I Am My Man is one where everything that I would be doing for a man or expecting a man to do for me, I will be doing it, baby girl, for myself. It's just a simple way of decentering men from our lives and understand that anything that we so desire, we must first do it for ourselves. We must first set that standard for ourselves. We must first level up ourselves, and we are going to do this by ensuring that we first become our man. I will see you, baby girl, in the next video. Bye bye now.